All right, I'm gonna call you back. All right, goodbye. Happy Friday, guys. Yeah, short slate today. I'll sit here for a sec, but I'm gonna do this. I've realized Monday through Friday, it's like I don't have any time now to volunteer or to do a lot of the things I used to do. So I'm gonna sit here for 30 minutes. 1 to 1:30 every day, Monday through Friday. I will sit here. If anybody has any matchup questions for college basketball, NBA, just shoot them out. I'll sit from 1 to 1:30. Yeah. I'm gonna sit here for I don't know, like a minute, and then I'll start just running through the NBA and college slates and what I finalized my card with. VCU line movement's fucking wild. Absolutely fucking wild VCU line movement, but expected from the overnight. We expected to have St. Bonnie's money come in to see a threes across the board, 3.5s might come. They forced me to take some of the three along with the money line. I just have so much VCU now. But this is the kind of team I'm willing to lose with. We have a true point guard. We play fucking awesome defense. We're deep. We're a team. We love each other. Hey, I'll go down with this VCU ship. I don't think St. Bonnie's is good. Like the more and more I think about it and you go back and you think over a lot of their games, like the Clemson game almost got fucking trounced out the gym by Clemson before Clemson went on one of their patented we can't score streaks. I don't think St. Bonnie's is very good. And I don't understand why you can only play 5 guys when you just brought in transfers, right? Why aren't they playing? It's halfway through the season. If you're not going to do it now, when are you ever going to do it? Yeah, I don't think you can ride 5 players. I don't think that's a real thing. Is it? No, I don't think it's a real thing. All right, we're starting. College basketball slate-wise, I don't know. I have a hard time believing Monmouth is going to lose to St. Peter's. But off of COVID pause, stuff like that, these two teams always play each other tough, but there was no Shavar Reynolds before. Shavar Reynolds is like so much more talented than everybody else in this league. So I have a fucking hard time seeing Monmouth losing to that St. Peter's team who doesn't have their point guard, no Isaiah Lee. That's tough to imagine. The line movement in the Siena Marist game, Siena is inherently undervalued because there are a bunch of transfers chalked together that are going to be getting better throughout the year. So that's why that line movement's coming in. Like all their stats are deflated. I don't know. We like Marist, though. I don't feel like being on any side in that game. The line movement towards Quinnipiac. It's interesting because, like, back in the day, nobody was wise to, road teams in the MAC, the MAAC, because, like, the market for a long time was giving way too much value to home court there because it's like they're all in, like, New York. It's like you're like taking a small bus to somewhere. Not very much traveling crowd, your parents and stuff that, you went locally so they can watch you play. They can go travel and see all your games, stuff like that. So not a lot of home court there. Market's really wised up to it like the last 2 seasons, though. I guess there hasn't been fans last season. What are you talking about? I don't know. I think Ryder stinks. I think Quinnipiac. I think these are 2 poorly coached teams. Ryder, I will never take a Ryder bet again in my life. I'll never invest in them. I don't know somebody. I know somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody. It's like, Kevin Bacon removed, but that's like tight with the Ryder program. And Kevin Baggett doesn't coach. They don't coach that team. That they have no idea what they're doing there. I guess he can recruit. I think Quinnipiac's probably the better team, but do I trust these guards? Do I want to put money on these guards? You can. I think they'll probably win. I'd rather be on Quinnipiac than on Ryder. So I lean Quinnipiac. We're all over VCU. If anybody has any specific matchup questions about the game, but I don't know. I think Asunier more than anybody else is going to wear down over the course of that game. How are you playing a big man with injury issues like 40 minutes a game, bro? That is fucking psychotic. I guess I'd rather be on Akron, but at some point, Kent State's going to find their bottom. They just like playing. Akron will find a way to not score too. So like we're going to have another game that's like Northern Illinois, Kent State, where we took Northern Illinois last time. But does Kent State come out with it? They probably have a better closer. They really miss Santiago. He needs to come back. But I don't know. Kind of feel like if Akron was getting like 3 or 4, I'd be on Akron. It's just so short. I think they can win. I think they're probably the better team. Kent State kind of sucks. They're too. You can't just have Sincere Carey dribble around. Like he's not good enough to do what they're trying to ask him to do. Davidson, Richmond. This is like a Xavier Villanova spot. Very similar for me, where Davidson's playing so good, just like Villanova, where I can't actually take Richmond, especially because fucking Richmond. Something's wrong there. They've been dumpster all season. Davidson or nothing for me. Michigan, Illinois. Why the fuck is this so wide? The money line. The spread, I get it. If we're just going to hit 1,000,000 threes a game and Trent Frazier and Alonzo Plummer are the 2 best shooters in college basketball and will go on to be the best lefty snipers in the NBA since Michael Redd. Okay. I guess if that's what we're bet. This Illinois team to me still, I'm like, bro, I get Michigan's going to have like fucking 5 players, 7 players. They're going to pull out. See, St. Bonaventure's, you do it by choice. There's teams that are being forced to do it this year. Michigan, if you just fucking hold strong with the rotation. I wish I liked Devontae Jones because I'd be fucking smacking this money line right now. Like some big old titties. Plus 400. I almost want to nibble on it just out of pure respect to like Juwan Howard and Hunter Dickinson. Get Kofi in some foul trouble. You can do it, dude. Just use a couple of moves, man. Come on. Get him into foul trouble. I don't trust Hawkins, other people. Then you just start eating. Get him into foul trouble and just num, 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 num. Who's the other backup? The kid, the transfer that's freaking has Payne. Omar Payne from, dude, you can fuck him up. Hunter Dickinson could drop 30 in this game and they can win. I still think so. I know it's a little outlandish, but probably can't take it to happen. But Michigan plus 400 is not the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. Fresno State minus 125 over UNLV. I don't like UNLV. I don't like what's his face, McCabe, the West Virginia kid that came over. I don't like him as like a lead ball handler, setter, whatever. Orlando Robinson's the best player in the game, but if you want to take a road team who has to, your win condition is something inside, that's for you. That's not for me. But I guess I lean Fresno State. I lean like fucking all the road teams today. How is that humanly possible on a Friday night? Well, you're already texting you're already texting your girl for after the game. I like road teams on a Friday night. NBA, I think Charlotte probably kicks the living shit out of Orlando. They're too slow. Orlando's too like flat-footed, slow. Just Charlotte's gonna be like 2 steps ahead. Every player on the court will be like 2 steps ahead. I don't know. Toronto, Detroit. They got to be injury things for them to be 10-point road favorites. I just love Toronto, so never fade Toronto. Never fade Fred VanVleet and Scotty Barnes, bro. They're going to be so good. Phoenix is not losing to shitty Indiana. I don't care who's playing for Indiana. Let's just see for shits and giggles because we have time. Welcome whoever just popped in. You got any questions, bro? Because I'm already like halfway through the NBA slate, and I got to sit here till 1:30. Because I will always be here every day till 1:30 doing my pets, answering the questions. Who the fuck is out for the Pacers? That's what I was looking at. Yeah, I would just rewind it if you're interested in the college slate. By the way. Oh, lost you. Peace. So Malcolm Brogdon's questionable. I assume Karis LeVert's back and stuff. Yeah, I think the Pacers kind of stink. I'm still under the impression that this team stinks. Celtics won the other night when we played them. That makes sense. Yeah, no. I mean, the Suns have way too much firepower. What's Sabonis going to be doing on the court the whole time? Just sitting there, flailing? Like, he's not going to flail. I think it would be best if he just stays in one spot, actually. Just don't do it in the restricted or in the paint. But go stand in one spot. Be like an immovable object or something, because there's nothing for you to do in this game on the defensive end. Yeah, I think it's just a problem. There's just too much scoring, too much guard play for the Suns, too much movement, too fast. That's the story of tonight in a couple games, huh? Phoenix and Charlotte, too fast. Just too fast. Boston at Philly, 3.5. Oh, it's a tight window, but I talked about this with my buddy. I think Boston maybe covers, but I think Philly wins. I like Philly. I never liked the Sixers, but that was just because Ben Simmons was on them for so long. Now that we've cleared like a net negative, like a guy, well, it's not even a net negative. You can't win with him on the court. So now he's gone. Under athletic, probably gonna have a try. I mean, we're gonna have to score a lot of points to go with. Jaylen Brown will have a nice game, but. I like the Sixers, man. I like Seth Curry. Big fan of that team this year. I think they got more moxie as long as Matisse Thybulle's playing. If Matisse, you can't play. There's certain NBA teams you cannot play without a list of players. Like, for example, tonight the Warriors, you can't play without Draymond. You can't play the Suns without Jay Crowder. You can't play the Sixers without Matisse Thybulle. Who else is there on there that list? Those are the only ones I can think off of the top of my head. Any questions from the world, sling them my way. No Shake Milton, no Danny Green. Whatever. That's fine. Yeah, definitely leading the Sixers. Yeah, so the Warriors at the Bulls. I mean, no Draymond. You just can't take the Warriors, even though if there's a spot they're gonna win, it's against a Bulls team that's playing like absolute shit. If this line gets up to it's at 3.5 now, you give me 5 and I'll take some Warriors money line. The Bulls stink right now, so bad, because there was that stretch where they just started playing like DeRozan hero ball, where we literally just gave it to DeRozan every play at the end of the game for like 2 weeks straight. And it worked for a little bit, but it fucked up the offense, let me tell you. Fucked it up mighty good. Yeah, I don't know. Don't really want to take the Warriors. You can't take them without Draymond. I'm not taking them. No, be firm. I'm not taking the Warriors. You can't take the Warriors without Draymond. It's literally a rule. Miami, Atlanta, they both suck. I can't do Miami. Can't really do Atlanta either. I saw they traded Reddish. That's smart, though. That was a good move. There's no way. There's got to be some problems in that locker room, because there has to be people that are just standing there like, well, they got rid of Reddish, who had to be a clubhouse problem. That team we had with Duke when he was on it had so many bad personalities on it. But I wonder, do people sit there and are like, yo, Trey, yo, Lou Williams, you midgets that don't play any defense, what the fuck are you doing? Why are we doing this? They ever look at the coach and be like, why? What's up right now? I'm taking a small piece of the Spurs plus 3.5 over the Cavs. I just think it's a really good matchup for the Spurs, like kind of similar when you see them play teams like the Lakers, where they can spread them out and the big men just like aren't as effective, and just score so many fucking points. Because unlike, a matchup like, let's say, Cleveland versus the Jazz, we're also going to try and spread you out, stuff like that, play 4 around 1. The difference is that there's no athleticism from the Jazz guards and stuff. There's so much from San Antonio's So I think that they're able to like I don't know what you're gonna do with like Mobley and stuff is good, but against like DeJounte Murray off the bounce and people like that taking them off the bounce, I think these forwards are gonna have a lot of trouble keeping San Antonio from just scoring every time down the floor. So that would be San Antonio plus 3.5 for me. I took a small piece of. I'd take the Rockets plus 5.5 if it goes up to 6. I'd take the Rockets if I had to. Even though if Rashawn Holmes is playing, it's like whatever. You don't want to play too much against the Kings. He's another one on the list. You cannot play the Warriors without Draymond Green, Sixers without Matisse Thybulle, the Suns without Jay Crowder, or the Kings without Rashawn Holmes. Those are 4. You cannot play those teams without those people. They're the most important people to those teams. This finally, the Dallas-Memphis game feels, why are they only 2.5-point favorites? If anybody watched that ESPN game the other night, the Knicks-Mavs won. The Mavs fucking suck right now. Why is Luka so fat? Does he have a trainer? Like they're just shoving, it's like him and Embiid are on the same like hamburger and no treadmill diet. They're fucking so out of shape. If Luka runs like once up and down the court, his cheeks are all red. Man, dude, he's fat. Oh, 2 people in right now. You got any questions? Because I just ran through the college and the NBA slate. So I got to hang out till 1:30 as per Monday through Friday, 1 to 1:30. I shall be here. What did I add to the slate? I basically just added some Spurs. I took a little bit of Spurs plus 3.5 just because they should be able to score 1 million points. I mean, these kind of matchups against forward-heavy teams, the Spurs just put up shitloads of points. Yeah, brother. Yeah, I just don't understand. Like, this is like a short, trappy, like, why, like, take Dallas line. But I just don't fucking see it. I don't see it. I watched that game the other night, and Luka looked like shit. He was like, dude, 2 or 3 times in the game, I saw him, like, on the right baseline in the corner, get passed to it in the corner. Like, he wasn't making shit for shots. So then he started, like, he took him off the bounce and then, like, tried to thread, like, 2 or 3 times a pass to the opposite corner when there's, like, 2 people under the rim. Like, what the fuck? He just seems, like, kind of out of it. He's been back for, like, 2 games. I don't know. What was he doing during the games off? He's so fat. I don't get it. He's so out of shape. I remember watching clips, highlights, whatever, of him as a kid on Real Madrid, and he's slowly gotten fatter and fatter and fatter. Like, is he competing with Zion? I don't understand. But that plus Memphis is just playing their fucking socks off. In terms of matchup, what? Do we have like Powell, Finney-Smith and them in the front court versus JJJ, Steven Adams? Like a little more mobility. Is Dallas going to hit threes in this game? But in the backcourt, I mean, what are Luka? I don't see Bane's playing at such a high level now. Bane unlocks so many things, so underrated on TCU, just underrated because TCU fucking sucked, and he had to take just every shot at the end of games, like literally everything. Like as soon as Alex Robinson left, especially that 1 year he had, woof, really killed his efficiency. But they're playing at such a high level. Tyus Jones as a backup point guard. I just don't understand what would get in the way right here. What am I missing? Let me see. Did they play already this season, by the way, dude? Is there like some type of thing that we're missing? Because matchup-wise? Like, we're going to have an athletic. We should be able to, like, bowl over fucking what's his face? Tim Hardaway. Who's out? Steven Adams was out last game. Is he playing today? No Killian Tilly, who's been playing well. No Dylan Brooks. All right, so this makes a little sense. What's the deal with the Mavs? No Porzingis, no. So same thing as that other game. Dude, that was the most uninspiring fucking game ever. I couldn't take – there's just like nothing in my body that would make me take the Mavs after watching that performance. Because it wasn't like it was like a lot of lazy shit and just letting the Knicks do whatever they wanted with them. Like if you're going to let RJ Barrett do whatever you want with you, just get to every spot he wants to go to, like without any resistance. That's like bad, man. That's like not really acceptable at all. I have a really hard time with that, actually. Yeah, dude. I'm not touching the Mavs with a 10-foot fucking stick. I'm not touching the Mavs with a 10-foot stick. I'm not touching the Bulls with a 10-foot stick right now. While you can't take, I mean, I touched on that one with the Warriors. Yeah, it probably did. Yeah, it opened at 3. Yeah, people are on the Mavs. Like, that's why, like, why is it just to begin with? The line's so short. The Memphis is playing fuck you basketball right now. I was looking at the matchup. Memphis is playing awesome. They're like coming into their own. Like they're finally starting to see the problem with the Grizz before, like last year's iteration, is that you just can't, like, he's awesome and it was cool to watch during the Oregon run with Jordan Bell, and what was the point guard's name that disappeared off the face of the earth? He got drafted by the Hawks, I think, or maybe I don't think he got drafted. He just went to play on the Hawks. Tyler Dorsey. That Final Four run was sweet, but Dylan Brooks can't be your fucking closer. I mean, we can't do that. In the NBA, he cannot be the guy that we have to. It's just not going to happen. Ja, really, to be honest, probably can't either. But oddly enough, Bane can. This bench is awesome. You have Tyus Jones and Jarrett Culver on a bench. What are we doing? That's an awesome bench. Just pure winners. There's winners all over this team. I love this team. I freaking love this team. Oh, they're starting Zaire Williams. Odd. Yeah, I mean, these are all good players, though. Brandon Clark. This is a good team. Do we have are we going to be a little slow getting out on threes if Kleber and Finney Smith and them hit a bunch of threes? Maybe. Finney Smith is tough. He can probably bang with Brandon Clark, Brandon Clark. See, injuries for the Grizz. It's a combo of the injuries of the Grizz. But I'm just not, dude. I don't do the Mavs after watching that game. I don't care who they're playing. Yeah, I will live and die on the hill with VCU. Especially in this match, St. Bonnie's, dude. I watched whatever that whole tournament early in the season where they played Marquette, Clemson, and somebody else. And dude, since that, they haven't been good all season. I don't know what it is with the 5 guys. Now we're only playing 5 guys. Who was only playing 5 guys? Who goes out, convinces 2 kids from the ACC to transfer into your program, Mike Schmidt, and then you just decide halfway through the season, like, I'm not even going to fucking attempt this working you guys in thing. I'm just going to stick with these 5 guys. I think those 5 guys are fucking pricks, bro. I think they got a little high on their old lemonade from last year, and just everybody sucked. You had a bunch of continuity, and everybody's fucking raving about you like your shit don't stink. You guys haven't progressed as a group. You probably should have went out, freaking worked on maybe getting better than like just sitting around maybe getting blowies on campus and shit. I mean, blowies are nice, but I'm just saying in terms of on the court, like you're probably happy, but on the court, yeah, I don't know. I don't even know where that was going, but I just don't see St. Bonnie's being good. Oh, and then the 2 kids just sit on the bench, the ACC kids, Koulibaly and whatever. You convince them to come here, now they just sit on the bench. I think those 5 kids may be pricks, but you cannot play 5 players 40 freaking plus minutes a game like in that last one, overtime. Even in overtime, he's like, nope. I don't know. We have a true point guard. Adrian Baldwin Jr. is a truest of true point guards. It's like having like a Jalen Brunson, shit like that. Remember that in college, Tyus Jones? It's just such a fucking, there's so few of them. They're so rare in college basketball that when you have them in good road spots. We know why the line movement's moving towards St. Bonnie's. Like, we understand why. Like, matchup-wise, they don't think VCU can hit enough shots. People just endlessly believe in this St. Bonnie's group and their experience. Experience is good if you're improving. If you're just the same group staying stagnant, then who gives a shit if you've been together for 3 years? And then, like, the motivational spot, hashtag do it for bones, is big. If I lose in this spot, then I fucking lose. That I'm comfortable with it. It checks every box down for me. Like, players love each other, share the ball extremely well, have their main point guard back, so they're still undervalued. I'll do it. I'll walk off the cliff with that one. We have better shooting. Sahonis, the kid from Washington, now he's moved off ball. So Adrian Baldwin just kicking it to him. Vince Williams kicking it to him. He can make enough threes. Baldwin can make enough threes from passes from Williams. We'll make enough open threes to score as many points as we need to score. At +3, I ended up having to take that. I took a little bit of the +115 last night, even though because I noted in like the video or whatever that we're going to see St. Bonnie's money in on the matchup, theoretically. And then now they forced me. I took +3, had to take that for a bunch, had to take +140 for a bunch because, I mean, that's not real. That's not a real price in this game. If they win like a really close game where they just go fuck you and just hit a million threes, pull-up threes, though, because I don't know how much actual like penetration stuff they're going to get. Maybe. Just not for me. Yeah, I don't know. I was just thinking about it. I don't like Zaire Williams. I'm going to be straight with everyone about that right off the bat. I don't like him. He quit on his team last week, halfway through the year during like when he was at Stanford. He just fucking quit. So same thing with the Jalen Johnson kid that was at my Dukies. Just quit halfway through the fucking season. These people, you just quit halfway through your freshman college basketball season because of some adversity. Dude, you're done. There's no way you make it long term. Zaire Williams is a physical freak, but I kind of feel similar. It's just people are salivating at the idea of like, what is he, 6'8", 6'9", can do everything with a basketball. Just unfortunately, up there's no good. Because you look now and look with like less talent, Del Air and stuff. They don't have Dejon Davis. They don't have Zaire Williams, these people. Yet they just went and beat USC, just went on the road to Washington State, a game they were fucking 6.5-point dogs. I didn't have faith in them to win, even though I like McConnell a bunch. But now you see them winning. Delaire's good. He's like evolved well, even though Haas isn't like, I don't know, maybe he's player development guy. That's certainly not a bunch of other things. He's definitely a recruiter. Because where do those people come from? Any Oothers? That does feel, I mean, it feels like somebody knows something. Maybe I'm overreacting to one Dallas game where maybe Luka was out the night before or something in New York. It was in New York. Maybe he went and got fucked up and he just looked all puffy because he was drunk. He's sleeping something off. Yeah. Yeah, I'm a Cowboys fan, man. Like diehard since I was a little kid, so I can't say anything. You have the better defense, you have the better running game. Theoretically, like, yeah. The only thing I would say, actually, though, is that I don't believe in like this current group of Niners. Like, I don't believe in any of their leadership. I don't believe in a lot of things. I thought when they got rid of DeForest Buckner, I thought he was the most important person in that locker room, and not re-signing him, I think, is something that's going to haunt that franchise for a while. Because they like drafted him, built like the whole fucking that version of the franchise on him, and then said, "Hey, you're too expensive. Sorry, bud." Yeah, I think that is going to hurt you long run. But we got Jimmy G in a playoff game. But I mean, we stink. We stink at football. Dak is mystifying to me because I actually thought he was turning a corner, and then it's right back, one step forward, two steps back. I mean, I wouldn't be taking us. I'll tell you that much. Yep. Yeah, I agree. Which side of the roller coaster are they on? Because the thing is, man, you're not going to get too much props from me for beating the Rams. If you hang around this channel, man, we fade the Rams weekly. I think they're so overrated. Matt Stafford just has never been good. Hate to be the guy to say it and break it to everybody. He's just never been a good quarterback. He just had the best weapon of all time at one point and did very fucking little with it. So, yeah, I think the games I like the most, I just think, I mean, people will rip on whatever. I think the Steelers have a good defense, and I think that line's out of fucking control. Plus 525 is incorrect on the or higher on plus 540. It's just probably going to get higher. Bro, see? If you saw my thing, I'm on the Rams, though, guy. I know. That because that line's sexy for the thing is, man, the Cardinals. Do you believe in the Cardinals enough to take them, bro? That's my question for you, though. Do you believe in the Cardinals enough to take them? That team is soft as peanut butter, as my dog shit after I give them a bunch of salmon. It's just that they're so fucking soft, man. I thought when J.J. Watt went down, I thought their season ended. That's what I thought, because I thought they were kind of hinged on the fact that they had him and Chandler Jones in just the beginning of their season. Do you remember that? That was fucking scary for people. I remember watching those first games. Yep. See, exactly. He's soft, man. I'm starting to notice all those Oklahoma quarterbacks are fucking soft. I thought Baker was like, dude, what are we doing? I would have never seen that coming. I was saying crazy shit to people about Baker. I thought he was going to be like, but he was injured. So we're going to give him a pass and we'll see what happens next year. But I don't count on Kyler either. What are the lines? Let's do a real quick look at this. For Rams, I kind of want to stay firmly on. I can't trust the Cardinals. So if I have to pick a winner, I have to do that. Yeah. Yeah, they went in and beat the Rams already, right? This season. I remember that one. Earlier, it was like they completely outclassed them earlier in the season. Seeing down to 3.5 on FanDuel for the Rams. So you're moving the right direction, seemingly. I just what trend? What trend do you speak of? Oh. The 8-1 on the road. Yeah, no, I'm not. I'm not a trends guy. I don't know, man. That's tough for me. I don't like either quarterback, but I do like everything surrounding Stafford a lot more than I like everything surrounding the Cards. So for me, if those wash, and then I don't think Sean McVay's great, but I think he's better than the doofus in Arizona. There's a bunch of those coaches now, huh? Like, who is a worse coach in the NFL than the Chargers coach? That guy sucks. He needs to be fired immediately. Like, if people act like the only mistake was that timeout at the end of the season, that guy's been pissing away wins all fucking season. Interesting. I wonder where, by the way, on the San Fran Dallas game, I wonder where the public money is, like where the majority of the money is, because they're sticking it at 3. And if anything, it's going to move up to 3.5 and go that direction. Like, it's not going to go down. But I wonder, is the public really going to be on Dallas in this spot? Because Pat. Probably something to do with Pat. I don't know either. Because he's like a semi-good looking young guy. And they want to push those, like Lincoln Riley. Where the fuck do you get off hiring Lincoln Riley, USC? Why'd you do that? That's going to be one of the worst moves you've made in a while. Not going to turn out well, I'll tell you that. My favorite plays for this weekend my favorite one is do you think, just real quick, what's your opinion? What do you think? Do you think the public's going to be on San Fran or Dallas? I think the majority of people are going to be on. I posted about it and I didn't get one. I had one person out of probably 20 that commented saying Dallas. I mean, saying Dallas. So I think a lot of people are going to be on San Fran. My favorite play of the weekend is New England. I think New England plus. Yeah. I don't know. It's interesting. I was surprised to see how many people were picking San Fran. Like when I put out whatever post I put out, a lot of people are responding with San Fran. That was interesting. Yeah, exactly. That's why I think it's interesting. Because I don't think people believe in this brand of the Cowboys as I don't. But I also don't believe in San Fran. So conundrum. But I think I'm going to end up on definitely Pittsburgh plus 540. Just have to. I am obligated to take it. I'm going to end up on New England plus 190. Probably respect Bill. And then I don't know. I'm going to end up staying away from Cincinnati, Vegas, because I love both teams. I live in Vegas. Like, we're in Vegas right now. But I think Joey B is the greatest thing since sliced bread. I think he's the real deal. And I think as long as he doesn't die in the next few weeks, he'll be fine. Dude, because this season we need to retool Joe's offensive lineman for next year. I don't understand why people are so willing to put so much faith in Josh Allen. It's fucking crazy to me. I don't know what your background is with, like, I like pro sports off of liking college sports at this point in my life. I'm 32. I like a lot of the I don't like watching the NBA, like the dunks, whatever. Like, I like the watching these guys build, everything like that. Josh Allen, if you watched him at Wyoming, bro, it should be fucking shocking to you everything he's done this far in the NFL. And then, like, once they've adjusted back, and we've seen him now not be able to adjust as much back to their adjustments, right? That's what pro sports are. It's a game of adjustments. I just don't. This guy, man, you're gonna have to still prove it to me, Josh Allen. You got everybody else sold, but to be a fucking 4.5 point favorite over Bill Belichick in the playoffs, are you fucking out of your mind? Because he let you have a game halfway through the season. I think Bill punted that fucking game. I would not be shocked if we see Josh Allen throw a pick on the first drive and he just set something up right from the last one. They're like, oh, this is what we want you to think at the end of the game. This was what your best offense was and that you need to roll with. Yeah, I agree. I absolutely agree, man. Well, I mean, yeah. I just don't. I agree, and I think the fact that they beat them before that, right? So that was kind of a throwaway game. Like, it wasn't, but it could have been. And I think if you're Bill, you're probably thinking this season, if like you've ever had to play fuck you chess, like this is it. With Mac Jones as a like young QB, you don't have Tom, so you got to be like doing stuff like that. Like, I assume you had to have saved things and planned differently and just approach the season differently than you would in other ones. So like this matchup, like I think he set some traps for Josh Allen to just walk into it and have his like Pat did like face. And I just can't take, I don't know. The amount of times that guy gets stopped on like the 2-yard line on a run or something where it's just like, oh, dope. I'm 1 yard short. No kidding. Like, I just can't do it. I think New England, has to be the best play of the weekend. Anybody that thinks because of injuries that the Eagles are going to win, I salute you and I salute your imagination. I think you're special and you're a gift to this planet. And thank you very much. Keep being a dreamer. Jalen Hurts is not beating the best quarterback to ever walk the planet. It's not fucking happening. There's a better chance of fucking me hopping on a plane to the moon. It's just not occurring. So I think that's what I'm looking at. Marty, thanks for hopping in, bud. You got any more questions for tonight or anything? I went through the college slate real quick on the front half of it if you want to go back and rewatch. But if you got anything else, bro, I appreciate you hopping in. But otherwise, I think we touched on the entire all three slates. You went through NBA, college basketball, and NFL. So if you don't got nothing else, buddy, I'm going to what the fuck do I have to do right now? I don't know. I had to do something. I have shit written down. Oh, I got to watch face-offs for UFC, dude. You got UFC tomorrow. It's back. I'm fucking stoked. I have like a 1 of 10 really special Giga card. So it kind of like makes me hyped when Giga fights. It's like a gold thing. I don't know that I went down some fucking trading card rabbit hole earlier, but gets me stoked when he fights. All right, sweet, dude. Thanks for popping in. Anytime you got any questions, bro, I'm going to Monday through this is going to try and be like my version of, I fucking used to volunteer a lot of other shit. Don't do that. So Monday through Friday, hop in. Eventually, I think it'll benefit everybody, but I'll be here Monday through Friday, 1 to 1:30 for sure. Yeah, dude. We're back. By the way, since you're here, I think this is a piece of insight. Hopefully, I'm not walking you into anything. I think I've now been like, kind of getting into it, getting better and better over the course of the last few years. My biggest bet in the UFC ever is coming up in a few weeks, or maybe it's more like a month now. Jared Cannonier versus Derek Brunson, dude. That is an all-time Jared Cannonier spot. The line opened like short. I'm like afraid to start hammering it at -135 because I feel like I want to put so much on it. I'm gonna fuck everybody else in the market. I will literally fuck everybody if I start going in. So hopping around all these different places doesn't even make sense to me. I don't feel like doing it. I'm just gonna pray people think Brunson. I actually talked about it with one of my like pretty sharp UFC friends the other day, and he was actually he kept bringing up like a you don't think Brunson kind of thing. So it'll be super interesting, but I think that's an all-time fucking spot. All-time spot. The patience is the key. The patience. Remember against Gastelum, he drops them. Most people are out from that. You just go in and nope, nope, nope. Cannonier all day, all day. That's like an all-time fucking spot. We just gotta all work together to not kill the line for everybody else. All right, bro. Hope you have a wonderful day, bro. Hope everybody else has a wonderful day. And yeah, enjoy your weekend.